Oh shit, yeah. Finally. It's in the mouth too. Welcome to the channel. Stick around. We're gonna get into the video next. For those of you who don't follow my channel, I have recently purchased a Ravins R20 model. And if you'd like to check out the review for that, I did a full review on my channel. You can check out. I did encounter one problem with it, and that's the purpose of this video, is to talk about the issue with the Ravins lighted nock systems. Now, I have used lighted nocks, 3 different types of lighted nocks. I've used one on a compound setup I had. I have the 10-point alpha nock system, but the one that I've had the most trouble with turning off is the Ravins nocks. Now, I've had the ones for the compound that you stick a little knife in, you push the little thing back up and it turns it off, and it's worked fine. It was easy to do. The easiest one by far is 10-point, with, you just take the little piece out, got a little pin in it like that, you pull the top and put it back in, and it's easy. Now, this one is already lit up. This is the instructions that Ravins gives you. This is their specific Luminoc tool. Now, I will say, with this Luminoc, this lighted nock is the brightest one I have ever used, but it's just too hard to turn off. So what they say you do, which this is not included in their lighted nock when you buy the lighted nocks, so this is extra. They say to put this in here and you put it up to the vanes like that, and then you're going to squeeze it right there. And in their videos, they say you just go like this. The guy does it a couple times, and theirs turns off instantly. This one, as you can see, is not off. So, we'll get this back in here. Now, I'm going to do it really fast. You should be able to hear the arrow making noise through the... Now, I don't know if you heard that, but there was a little bit of a crack sound. And as you can see, the lighted nock is not turned off. These have such tight fittings in there, it's really hard to turn them off. And that little crack that I just heard just from wiggling it, when you put all the force by holding the arrow right here and you're trying to wiggle it back and forth, you can damage the arrow that's closest to your string. Now, it'd be a little bit different if it was up towards the front, but back where all the force hits it all at once, it turns your bow into an explosive device if you really damage that. As soon as that string hits it, it's going to make it explode and then make your bow explode, simulating a dry fire. Now, I contacted Ravins about that, and they said they have no issues with it. It's actually a known. I looked it up on the internet. They got tons of forums. Tons of other people have this problem with turning these things off. They don't recommend that you use pliers for it. They recommend using this tool. So, I'll try it some more. And it's already flickering now, so I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to turning off. Still not off yet. As you can tell, it's still not off. Now, when I did contact Ravins about it, they said to not put this all the way up to the vanes. They said to put it about halfway and then do it. And as you can see, it's still on. So I'm going to try to get this to turn off on camera. I just heard another little crack. As you can see, it's still on. I'm going to try a couple more. Hear that sound? You shouldn't have to do that to get this off. As you can see, I cannot get it to turn off. So here we go. We got pliers. Ooh, almost had it. Okay. As you can see, it is turned off now. Problem with turning these off with pliers every time is this was a brand new nock. I had never used this nock, never put this in before, just right before this video, just to show you some of the issues I had with it. The camera's not going to pick this up, but I got 3 gouges on the one side, big gouges. I got a gouge on the side. I got another gouge over here, just on the plastic. So if you like shooting it with your lighted nocks in, you're going to be doing damage pulling them out with pliers every time, because this little tool does not want to work. Now, I do love Ravins R20 model. I like the Ravins just in general. A lot of design, a lot of engineering, a lot of technology went into making the bows, and that shows. But the one issue where I'm lacking engineering, I would say, is in the lighted nock systems. Now, if they had a design like 10 points where it was easy, you could just take this piece out and put it back in with a little bobber LED, it would be great. I would run them all the time. But when I got my bow, I purchased, it came with 3 arrows. I purchased the lighted nocks with them, which is a $40 extra. And then I also bought 3 of the lighted nocks as well. And this has had issues with it ever since I've used it. There would be times where it would take me 5 to 7 minutes just to turn it off by trying to use this. And shaking it like this, eventually I would hear some cracks and some pops right here at the nock end. And that makes me uncomfortable to use it in a high-powered bow for the fact that it might split that arrow and mess it up. So I do not run these in my bow anymore. I will not until they get a different design, something that you can easily turn this off. My Wicked Ridge that I have, I can turn probably 20 of those off, the lighted nocks, before I turn one of these off, and that's a huge problem for me. You know, you pay a great deal of money just for the bow. You shouldn't have to fiddle with these more than 20 seconds to turn them off. Now, some people don't have issues. I don't know what they're doing different that don't, but you shouldn't have to buy this little extra tool that doesn't work. I ended up, when I contacted Raven about it, I got 6 free arrows with regular nocks in them because I was just tired of messing with it. It's not worth it to me to keep messing with it. Now, if you guys did have a solution where you found an easy way to do it, I've seen a few videos on YouTube, not a lot. Link your video down in the comments or make a comment of what you did, because this isn't working. I don't intend to use them again. Another issue I had was some of these, after you put them in, they are really tight. And when I took them out, it wanted to pull the metal bushing out with it. So that's not a big deal, but you'd have to take a pair of pliers on both pieces, the nock and the metal knot, or the metal bushing, to rip them apart. I read some reviews where the guys were taking this piece and sanding it down just a little bit so that the fit wasn't as tight with it, and it was a little bit easier, they said, to pull it out. Now, this nock is going to be all tore up by the time I get it out. As you can see, it's even a struggle with pliers to pull the whole thing out. Okay, there we go. Now, with using the pliers on it, it's still very difficult to get it out. I heard people shaving the plastic down a little bit to a looser fit so they could do it. I also heard of them putting bow wax on it so it was a little bit easier. But here's my thing is, You guys shouldn't have to do all that just to get these to work properly. I mean, I know that they've been used in other bows, and that's how they turn them off in other bows, and maybe the other bows, it's a little bit looser fit in there, but these are incredibly tight. And if you damage the bushing or you bend it up or whatever, I can't find online that these metal bushings anywhere. And when I contacted Raven about it, they said that they didn't have any in stock right now. So basically, you could rip the metal bushing and the lighted nock out. If you damage the metal bushing, you can still have a perfectly good arrow that you just need a bushing for. But since they don't have any in stock, or no other place makes it because Raven likes to keep everything Raven brand, so they get all the money for it, you could have a perfectly good arrow at home that you can't use because you can't get the metal bushings, which I currently have 2 out of the 6 left that are like that. So yeah, this design here is, in my opinion, a terrible design. If you're looking at buying a Raven, that's one thing to watch out for. That's the only issue I have with the Raven, is their lighted nocks. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully maybe this tip helped a few of you out. And with that, we're going to close it out, and we're going to catch you on the next one.